Imagine waking up, not to an alarm clock, but to the shouts of merchants in the bustling streets of ancient Rome. The air is a mix of freshly baked bread, olive oil, and the dust from cobbled roads. This is the heart of an empire, where every day is a whirlwind of trade, politics, and spectacle. But what was it really like to be an ordinary person here? Forget what you've seen in the movies. Today, we're re-stepping into the sandals of a real Roman citizen to experience a typical day in one of history's greatest civilizations. Our Roman day starts at dawn. No snooze button here. You'd rise with the sun, splash some cold water on your face, and get dressed. Breakfast, or ientaculum, was simple and quick. For most people, it was just a piece of bread, maybe dipped in some watered-down wine or eaten with a few olives. If you were wealthy, you might add a little honey, cheese, or fruit to the mix. But for the average Roman, it was all about getting fueled up for the day ahead. With breakfast done, it's time for work. The city is already alive. If you were a plebeian, an ordinary citizen, your morning would be spent at your workshop, a market stall, or maybe on a construction site helping to build the magnificent structures Rome is famous for. Life was a daily grind, but it was the work of millions of plebeians that kept the empire running. Now, if you were a patrician, a member of the upper class, your morning looked very different. You'd spend it receiving your clients, who depended on your patronage for legal help or financial support. This was a crucial part of Roman social fabric. After that, you'd head to the Forum, the true heart of the city. The Forum wasn't just a marketplace. It was where laws were made, speeches were given, and business deals were struck. It was the epicenter of Roman power and public life. As midday approaches, it's time for a short break and a light lunch called prandium. Think leftovers from last night's dinner, eaten quickly. The real highlight of the afternoon was yet to come: the public baths. Roman baths were so much more than just a place to get clean. They were the social hubs of the city. For a small fee, anyone could enter. Inside, you'd find hot and cold pools, steam rooms, and even exercise yards. People would socialize, conduct business, gossip, and relax. It was a core part of Roman culture, a place where people from different social classes could mingle in a way they couldn't anywhere else. As the sun begins to set, it's time for the main event of the day: cena, or dinner. For the wealthy, this was an extravagant affair. They'd recline on couches in their dining rooms, feasting on multiple courses served by their slaves. We're talking exotic appetizers, roasted meats, and sweet desserts, all washed down with plenty of wine. These dinners were social gatherings that could last for hours. For the plebeians, dinner was much simpler. They lived in crowded apartment blocks called insulae, which were often cramped and lacked proper kitchens. Their meal might be a hearty porridge made from wheat, or a stew of lentils and vegetables, often bought from a local food stall. And what about entertainment? The Romans knew how to put on a show. The Colosseum hosted brutal gladiator contests, while the Circus Maximus was home to thrilling chariot races that drew massive crowds. For the more refined, there was theater, poetry readings, and music. At home, family and religion were the bedrock of society. Every Roman household had a small shrine to the Lares and Penates, the spirits who protected the family and the home. Patricians lived in spacious villas, often decorated with beautiful mosaics and centered around a peaceful courtyard. The plebeians and their insulae had far fewer comforts, but family ties remained just as strong. From the bustling markets and the grand forum to the social baths and lavish banquets, a day in ancient Rome was a reflection of the empire's power and complexity. Though centuries have passed, the echoes of their daily life can still be found in our own cities, our laws, and even our language. Life in Rome was a blend of grit and grandeur, and it shaped the world in ways we still feel today. Thanks for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this glimpse into ancient Rome, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more dives into history.